community is so toxic. It's in our blood. It's in our DNA. Let's have a real dark-skinned conversation. You know, when I was a kid, I used to wonder, why don't black people try to marry and breed with other black people as dark as they can be? Like, why we love our melanin and black is so beautiful and all of this, but nobody, I just felt like I'm the only one that realized we need to start breeding with Africans and Haitians and breeding with melanated people that's like as pure melanin as they can possibly be, so we can breed out all this rapist blood. We can breed out all of this oppressive blood that's within us. That's why we can't seem to come together as a collective. It's in the blood. It's in our DNA code. Fighting. That blood is still fighting with our indigenous ancestors and our African ancestors and our Asian ancestors for some of us. Y'all want to know why the black community is so toxic? It's in our blood. It's in our DNA. Let's have a real dark-skinned conversation.
So, Miss Pro-Black, blackity black, I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blackity black, y'all. I'm going to have to strongly disagree with this woman here. So she said we need to have a real dark-skinned conversation. I'm not dark-skinned, but I do know when I see women who look like this, dark-skinned, kinky hair, what they would call Negro to African features, they do quite a bit of complaining across social media and even in the real world. I have seen this my whole life, and they always talk about my hair is too kinky, my features are too broad, and my skin is too dark, and they tease me because of my African looks. And this woman feels like the answer to black folks, especially black Americans, is to breed with very dark-skinned Caribbean people or Africans, and then that will solve the problem. And I said, I don't know about that. Because when I look at the Caribbean, lots of violence, lots of sexual assault, the way how they treat their women over there is atrocious, especially over there in Haiti. Africa, same thing. You can look at Nigeria, you could look at Ghana, you could look at Senegal, you could look at the Congo, South Africa. They have some of the highest femicide rates in the world, especially over there in Africa. We all know what goes down in Kenya. They had a gang of women marching and protesting because they're tired of the femicide and the way how they're treated. Nigeria, same thing. South Africa has a very high femicide rate. And I said, when you look at some of these other countries with their very little mixture, like, let's say, Senegal, Nigeria, or the Gambia, where lots of black women are dropping dead, they're not doing too good over there neither. The Congo, same thing. I'm sure you're all well aware of the conflict they have going on in the Congo. And those people there are 100% African. Dark, no mixture, no nothing. And yet they have a treacherous society. They have a backstabbing society. They don't have any loyalty to anybody, anyone, anything. Haiti, same thing. Haiti is a hellhole. Most of the people there are pure African. And I'm pretty sure you have seen Haiti in the news. They have been having just riots and looting left and right more than ever before. It is a hellhole. And I said, lady, where do you get it from that we need to breed out the rapist genes? And that way we'll be able to get on code, as they say. We'll be able to build and have all this wonderful black unity. That's never going to happen. And as a divested black woman, it's a hell no for me. There's no way that I would go to Haiti or somewhere in the Caribbean, bring back some king. I got to marry him. He's going to be there to use me and abuse me and to get a green card and use my resources. African, same thing. I have seen quite a few black American women marry somebody of Caribbean descent. What happened? Used for a green card, that man took off, and you were stuck with 3 or 4 little very, 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 very dark-skinned children by this man. Then you got to raise them by yourself. Same thing with the Africans. I have seen black American women bring a Nigerian over or somebody from Senegal, and you have your own little 4 or 5 very, 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 very dark-skinned, kinky-headed children. And I said, okay, this woman has a couple of very dark-skinned children with kinky hair and African features, and what good did it do this woman or her kids? She still ended up a single mother. She still ended up no help, and he moved on. Those men, especially those Africans, they really want Caucasian women. Because if that's the case, when they go over there to the UK or France or wherever they might try to run off to, trying to escape poverty, I have seen this myself in person. You see a gang of African women walking around, but you see those African men with Caucasian women. So this lady is speaking absolute nonsense. So it is a no for me. Why would I want to curse my children, especially if I have a female child with this man's looks and my daughter is going to go to school and she's going to get picked on. She's going to get talked about like a dog because of how she looks. Women who look like this in Blackistan are not the standard of beauty. They're just not the standard of beauty. And then when you go out into the real world, you suffer more abuse because people do judge you based on your look. So if your daddy look like Wyclef John and you come up looking like that dude, well, you just basically curse your daughter with ugliness. I hate to have to say it. Those dudes are just not attractive to me. I don't find them very handsome. But this is what I would like to have my children to look like. So let me click on this here. So I would much rather have my daughter look like Meghan Markle. You all know the deal. Her mother is black. Her father's Caucasian. I would rather give my daughter a fighting chance in this world, so at least she can get some kind of pretty privilege along with mama's good looks and mama's intelligence, because we do live in a world where looks matters, and people can say, well, you know, it shouldn't be about that. It should be about personality. And that's true. That's great. But I hate to have to say it, but women who look like this, well, they usually get, pretty far ahead in society based on looks. Then let me go to another one here. Then we go to this one here. My favorite singer, Tamia. She's Canadian like me. Her mother is black and her father is white. And as you can see, a very beautiful girl, very beautiful mix. And you can get mad if you want to. You can call me colorist, texturist, features, but I'm sorry, as a divested black woman, I'd much rather have my kids looking like this young lady here than the woman who was just speaking on the screen. So this is why you have to get away from Blackistan and all that blackity black thinking. So they don't want you to have children who look like this. They feel like that ain't black enough. Let me go to this one here. Ashley Darby. I don't care for her in particular, but she's a very attractive girl. I've seen her on the show. So you all know her mother is black and the father is white, and she had enough sense to marry a well-off white man. They're not together. Yeah, they divorced, but the little boy is just as cute as can be. And y'all see that house that she's living in, that Brad bought her a nice house. Yeah, she might be married to him, but Ashley Darby married a white man who has some money and she's living pretty good. So why would I marry a bottom-of-the-barrel broke king who owns nothing, has nothing, don't control nothing, can't create a goddamn thing? Why would I curse my kids with looking like dude or for them to be living in poverty? It is a hell no for me. And let me see. Now, when you get with African Tyrone, your daughter might come up looking like this. And I'm not saying in any way anything is wrong with having dark skin, kinky hair, or what they would call negroid features. But when I watch Big Leslie and many other women who look like this, they complain quite a bit about how nobody sees them as attractive. Nobody takes them serious. A lot of times these women grow up traumatized in the black community. They're picked on. They talk about their looks. You name it. Let me go on to, let me see. Let me go to something like this. Whoopi Goldberg, same thing. You know, Whoopi Goldberg, when she was younger, I never thought Whoopi was ugly, but women who look like this, they always pick on, they tease, they harass, they call you all kinds of names. Let me click on this one here. Let me click on, let me see if I can get this one to pull up. Gabby Douglas. That is another one that they picked on. Dark skin, kinky hair, negroid features. A very attractive girl, but we all know women who look like this in Blackistan, they do not like. They just don't like you. That is just a fact. So let me go to this one here. Now, here's another dark-skinned woman with African features that they love to hate on, Serena. And you see, Serena had enough sense to marry a well-off Caucasian man, and she has her own mixed kids. Beautiful little girl. I think she just had a son. I'm not for sure, but I think she had another daughter. Okay, I think she has another daughter. I do know she had another baby. I think she had another little girl. I can't remember. So she said, you know what? Well, I'm going to give my daughter a fighting chance in the looks department. So I've tried with black men. We all know she dated quite a few well-known black kings. It didn't work. They didn't put a ring on her finger. They just wanted to just bounce her out forever and ever and ever. And she was like, hey, look, I have no interest in being a baby mama. I want to be a wife, and I want to have my kids in wedlock, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, smart girl, she chose to have her a biracial child. If anybody gets mad, oh well, so sad, too bad. So, cute little girl, I got to give her that. She had enough sense to get away from the kings, married a well-off Brad, and now she given her daughter a fighting chance in this world, in this society. So, not only will the girl have pretty privilege, she will have wealth backing her up, so she ain't got nothing to worry about. Let me go on to this one here. So these are the men that this woman wanted to have kids with, and it is a hell no for me. I'm sorry. I didn't want my kids coming out looking like anything like this guy. Let me go to this one here. It is a no for me.
Ew.
Let me go on this one here. Let me see. Wait a minute. Let me get this one to pull up right quick. So these are the men that we're supposed to be running after to have kids with. And I said, well, you can speak for yourself. This right here, that is a no for me. I do not want my kids having any of these looks. Let me click on another one. Nope. Let me click on this one here. Absolutely not. Let's go to Wyclef John. Let's go to, well, he's Haitian. So this is the dude that I'm supposed to pick up with, marry, and have a bunch of kids with. I'm sorry. It is a hell no for me. I do not want my kids, especially if it's a girl, to inherit any of these features. It is a no for me. Let me see. Let me click on this one here. Oh, Eve. She's another smart black woman who gets it. I said, he is just the cutest little thing. Every time I see the little boy, I just grin. I said, oh my God, he is just too adorable. Let me click on this one here. So, as a divested black woman, well, these are the children that you might want to have. I want my kids to be looking like that. You can call me whatever. I don't give a fuck who gets mad. I'm sorry. I want to give my kids a fighting chance. Oh, he is just so cute. He has the prettiest hair and skin. So, it's a no for me. I'm trying to give my kids a chance in this world, especially, like I said, if I have a daughter. I want my daughter to have pretty privilege. I want her to be in the beautiful department. That is just the way how I feel about it. You see here, the brat. Two gay women had enough sense to say, you know what, I guess we're going to have a biracial baby, because when they were looking at these kings, they were like, She said, that dude looked like Jiminy Cricket. Cute little boy. And as a divested black woman, we all know you're going to be with a non-black partner, and you're going to have mixed kids if you choose to have any children. And I'm sorry, I want my kids to look a certain way, and that's just how I just feel about it. Let me go back to this here. So you all know how I feel about Meghan Markle, beautiful biracial girl, black mother, white father. She married the prince. That's how you do it. You do not want to have kids with Harambe here on my screen. So Miss Pro Black, blackity black, black, black. If that's what you want to do, you do have some black women. I have seen them before, especially men and light-skinned black women I have come across. I love me some chocolate. I want to have me some chocolate babies. And I said, well, you know what? You suit yourself. You go right on ahead, because most likely you're going to end up single mother. You're not going to have any help. He's not going to help take care of those kids. And if you have a daughter who comes out like this dude here, well, she's going to be complaining when she comes home from school, saying she's picked on. They calling me names. They calling me this. They calling me that. And I'm not saying in any way having a dark-skinned little girl is unattractive. I'm not saying it at all. I don't want anybody hollering, but, oh, he said dark-skinned. Nope, that's not what I said. I said, as a light-skinned black woman, I'd much rather have my kids looking like this than looking like this here on my screen. So those type of dudes I have never been attracted to. I have no need. I have no interest. Absolutely not. If anything, I want my kids to have a fighting chance. So let me go back to this. Let me go back to Miss Pro Blackity Black Black. One more time. One more time.
It's in our DNA code. Fighting. That blood is still fighting with our indigenous ancestors and our African ancestors and our Asian ancestors for some of us. Y'all want to...
Now, I don't know how scientific that is. I believe this is just some pro-black nonsense. It's a no for me. Anybody who wants to take this woman's advice, you're more than welcome. You go right ahead. You can find the blackest dude, the darkest dude on planet Earth if you want to. So when you have them little girls and they come home from school and they saying they're being picked on and being teased, well, you as a mother is going to have to be responsible for that. And they're going to ask, why did you pick a dude who looks like Wyclef John as my daddy? Why did you pick Wyclef John as my daddy? Now I got them jeans. Now I look like him, and now I'm being harassed because, well, like I said, the world that we live in, especially with black women, we are judged the most harsh when it comes to looks, hair, skin, features, you name it. And this woman here, she knows good and goddamn well what I'm talking about. So, what can I say? She wants us to breed with Africans. She wants us to get the blackest men on the planet, and she wants the race to get as blackity black. And I said, well, when you take a look at Africa, Caribbean, and India, where else they have black folks or black males, those countries are in chaos. There's no building. There's no wealth. There's no creating. There's nothing. You just have a bunch of black folks running around at each other's throats. So if being 100% black was so wonderful and so beneficial, well, why haven't they been able to get Africa together? Why haven't the Caribbean folks been able to get it together? Because like I said, Jamaica, lots of violence, poverty, horrible things happen over there. Haiti, same things. Been a hellhole for a very long time. The Congo, South Africa, you name it. All you got to do is just Google in these African countries. You'll see nothing but extreme poverty, violence, death, you name it. And not only that, foreigners have come over there to take over the land. We all know the Chinese own quite a bit of the Caribbean now, and they own quite a bit of Africa. And I said, okay, being 100% African has helped those people. How? It hasn't. What can I say? As a divested black woman, it's a no for me. I'm not trying to give a no Harambe. I have no interest in having his kids. Let me give my babies a fighting chance so they can at least come out looking the way how I want them to look and not like Wycliffe. And that's just my take on it. And I'm out.